All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next contest is for 3 rounds starting at 90 kilograms. Please welcome your first fighter to the corner. Here comes Darren Anstey.
A super fight over three-minute rounds of action, and Darren Dynamite Anstey from the Lumpini Muay Thai, the vastly experienced Sean Toomey in his corner as coach. 11 wins, 2 losses, but all his wins by way of big KO. He's awkward, he's aggressive, and he's explosive. An incredibly powerful man, looking in the shape of his life. And standing in his way, another very dangerous man, Charles Sikwa, 26 years of age, the Black Panther from Eagle Muay Thai in Cardiff. 31 wins, 10 losses, 14 big KOs. 2 big, strong men in here, and you just get the feeling that this one might not go the 3-round distance. Chris, as I said in the walk-ins, you look at the records of these two men, you look at them physically as they go with Chris Bachelor, a big man himself and a superb fighter in the past. You just get the feeling that this one might not go the full 9 minutes.
Both guys very, very strong. 90 kilograms is the weight class, a super fight of super fights here in the Super Fight Series. Sikwa, nearly 4 times the overall experience, has knocked out half his opponents in his victories. The big thing about Anstey, it's that 100% knockout ratio in his win column.
Yes, Darren, I've had the pleasure to watch over a number of years. Very tough, very durable, likes a scrap. But there again, Charles says, I like to fight too. Darren's been working on his movement, and we saw there with the front push kick, the movement's so key there. And for me, one of his strengths is the solid combos of punches and kicks together.
Nice dirty boxing there. Anstey's really good with those chain punches coming forward, but Sikwa's got to use those kicks. They worked very well for him a couple of times initially.
Well, by the same token, he's very durable and also likes to mix it up with punches and kicks, as you see there. Both men beginning to let their heavy shots fly.
1-2 there from Sikwa. Nice chopping low kick.
Well, Sikwa thought he was going to go for the knee, didn't he? So as he went to go for that, Darren cleverly disguised it, changed it to the chopping kick to the lead leg.
And it's a funny thing when you turn your kick over like that and kind of lean and move your head off the center line. Raised his leg up and then chopped the shin down. So sometimes you can swap it up to a knee. Difficult to see that strike coming in transition. Oh, fastball right hand there from Sikwa. These guys are really turning it up now, Mal. It's a sign of the experience, so they didn't go out there throwing hell for leather right away, but give it 90 seconds and they're at it already.
Well, they both know they've got great power, and Sikwa, as you said, despite the vast experience, has been looking in the build-up to this because he's got the respect for Anstey, developing the sharpness of his technique, and I think it's showing with both men, Chris.
And both guys had acknowledged the quality of their opposition. They both realized that they have power each, experience each. They're both dangerous every single second of the fight.
And Anstey looking to force the pace there now, bringing the hands over the top, the legs below, looking to back Sikwa up.
I talked about Sikwa using the kicks, but actually as I look at it now, it could come down to which of these two can get the kicking game going quicker and attack that base, because as they sit down on their punches, they're going to be more susceptible to those chopping low kicks.
Well, Anstey's certainly putting the combinations together and responds beautifully to that low kick with a high head kick. So they're big man, but Anstey no problem with the high roundhouse, this time checked by Sikwa.
You can see the visible damage. He's been checked a couple of times, and unless you've been hit like that and checked, oh, huge kick lands to the midsection. Anstey is throwing thunder in there, Malcolm.
Well, it's the combination work, Chris. It's the hands and then the high legs as well, bringing the high round kicks up, which shocked Sikwa, bringing it over again and working the combinations to the point where you can't counter. And for me, that round goes to Darren Anstey for that reason. Sikwa looked slick, as you said. He looked sharp when he attacked. But what Anstey did was put so many combinations in with the kicks either chopping up or, as you said, changing the positioning and chopping them down.
And a beautiful front push kick there. Just gorgeous technique. Both guys so aware of sort of the threats and the problems that each other poses. And for me, it was some of the kicks that I think, as you alluded to, for Anstey that really I think were significant. Despite getting checked a couple of times, you look at his right instep, it is swollen right now. And take a look at some of the replay action here, Malcolm. Plenty of highlight reel stuff.
Well, this is the thing. Anstey responds when Sikwa comes forward, right leg, then the left leg. And then when he comes forward with his own kicks, brings the hands in over the top as well. So for me, the difference is the combination work. As you see, no effort there, no back lift, brings the leg straight up to the head of Sikwa. And for me, he's taken that opening round. But they still, you can just tell, are so very dangerous.
So 2 of 3 here, 3 more minutes on the clock. Jab cross again from Anstey. I'm very impressed at his ability to get those kicks up so high, it's so close. Super flexible.
And there's no back lift, Chris, so you can't see it coming. And again, then he chops low. But this is better boxing from Sikwa, looking to work the body of Anstey. But again, Anstey checks, makes sure the momentum doesn't carry forward, and comes again, jumps with the knee, used the ropes there to jump with the other knee. Chris Batchelor, our referee, wasn't that impressed. Anstey smiles before going back to work. And again, you see what I mean, Chris? The right hand high, the left leg chopping low. It's the combinations that he's using on Sikwa.
Sikwa is tough, though. You talked about it in the walkouts. You said this was a resilient fighter, a veteran of the highest order. He's showing that right now. I like the cross check. You'll often see him use the opposite side leg, bring the knee up, and cross check.
But Anstey rolled there from the right-hand counter of Sikwa, and his boxing's getting through cleaner as well now. As you said, I think it's the durability and toughness of Sikwa that's keeping him in this, because in technical terms, in terms of the combinations, the shots thrown, Darren Anstey is beginning to pour it on here.
Every single strike is being thrown hard now. And that wasn't the case in the opening 60 seconds or so, but once this thing went up to speed, it's really stayed there. These guys are putting a real pace on each other right now.
And that's better from Sikwa, the third. But there you see his problem, Chris. The immediate reply, and often with the legs on the end from Anstey, he stops any forward momentum from Sikwa and turns it to his favour. That's the difference between the two for me at this point in the fight.
And that goes without saying that the aggression and ring control right now is scoring very highly for Anstey.
Don't get me wrong, Sikwa's still dangerous and he lands good technique, but he's not allowed to dwell on it. That's the point I'm making. He's never allowed to dwell on it. Anstey then immediately comes back and says to the judges, yes, you saw that, but look at this now. Having said that I thought that maybe it wouldn't go the 3 rounds. These two men really are durable, Chris.
Oh, huge right hand lands there. Oh, it's a massive shot. We're going to get a count here.
That's the equaliser, Chris. It's as simple as that. That knockout power is an equaliser in any bout. Both these men can KO you. Anstey was in total control of that round. He's now got a count, and Sikwa, the big right hand, he could end this now.
Power shots coming in there from Sikwa. Another right hand lands. He's on Wobble Street. That'll be a count again.
He's getting a second count. Anstey's saying no, but the referee's right. This has turned on a sixpence here in Charles Sikwa's favour. When I mentioned the durability, soaked up the pressure, soaked up all the hurt. to deliver this at the end of the round. Now we're inside the last 10 seconds. Anstey has made it to the end of the round but what a turnaround, what a fight. Total dominance by Anstey until he got clocked, and then Sikwa was non-stop with those heavy shots.
And saved by the bell there. What a crazy, furious pace. Sikwa, we talked about it, felt he was sharper than ever coming into this fight, but he was getting beat to the punch, beat to the kick, getting backed up against the ropes. But a couple of shots changed everything, Malcolm. There, look at that left.
That was it, Chris. I mean, Anstey, we saw in all those replays doing everything right, dominating, in total control. But the one thing Sikwa didn't lose was that durability we spoke of. And he used that to soak up pressure. And when his opportunity came, the man took it with that shot. What a shot.
And there you see Chris Bastardor stepping in. It was the right that did the damage. And then he flurried back again, trying to force a stoppage. But he wasn't quite able to beat the bell. Takes a brave referee to stand in there at close range with both guys throwing haymakers.
Yeah,
like
Anstey
that.
caught him. Anstey caught Chris Bastardor, and he's still here. And Anstey will throw back now because he knows he's almost out of there. This is going to end, I'm certain, in KO here in the third, one way or the other now, because Anstey will fire back, and we know what Sikwa's going to do.
The crazy thing is with those 2 counts, that's 10-7 right now. So this is a must-win fight for Anstey. He's going to have to go for it.
Sean Toomey will have told him, you've got to stop him now, and Anstey will go for that, which leaves you vulnerable. There's no defensive work here. This is exactly what Anstey needs to do, and full credit to him. The biggest problem for him is the way Sikwa soaks it up and then fires the bombs back.
Wow. This is crazy.
Oh, it's superb, Chris. Whoever wins, full credit to both of them. I mean, the fact that Anstey's still there causing Sikwa problems here in the third is phenomenal.
Both guys love to put on a show, and it has been a crowd-pleasing performance here tonight at the York Hall. We said it in the head-to-head. This was going to be a super, super, super fight. You're getting it here in the Super Fight Series.
The durability of Sikwa has been key to his success. The way he soaked that up from a big man, a strong man, and then come back at key moments, just like he has now. He's had to soak it up again, and then fires back again. What a third round, Chris, and full credit to Darren Anstey. Sean Toomey saying you've got to go forward. Whoa. But you're going forward into this.
Huge shots coming in there.
Oh.
But Anstey comes back. Sikwa really gunning for the finish here. But Anstey is in it to win it. We knew that from the start. Heart, grit, and determination. Attributes of both men without a doubt.
The sad thing for Anstey is he's in dominant form after being knocked down twice again in this third round. He's going to lose this fight for about 30 seconds worth of power punching by Sikwa in the second round.
Huge connections here from Anstey.
He's done brilliantly again in this third. Really controlled, come forward, backed him up, full credit.
What a fight. Look at that. Gets checked, then switches up for the left kick to the body. Throws in the boxing. I mean, I cannot believe it. He's been dropped so hard. Both guys are just chucking bombs at each other here, Malcolm.
But Chris, by the same token, Sikwa is so tough as well, because Anstey, would have believed you've got some reward for some of the huge shots he's landed with. He's had no reward whatsoever because of the tough nature of Sikwa. And Sikwa is going to win this fight either by a last KO or for 2 key moments in the second round. And here he comes again, and Anstey with the uppercut. And look, this is a battle of Rocky-style proportions now, Chris. It's
both
wonderful.
men have absorbed punishment to the nth degree despite taking all of that pain. They've still got TNT power. There's still some dynamite in the tank. Crazy knee at the bell. Huge knee lands for Anstey. A smile from Sikwa. That's got to be fight of the night, Malcolm.
Chris, Darren Anstey won that third round after being out on his feet in the second twice. He'll look back on this fight and say, where did it all go wrong? It went wrong with the power punching of Sikwa. When he had the possibility, he did it in the second. It's been key. Credit to both men. I had the feeling that Anstey would be gone in about 30 seconds of the third and final round. He went on to win it, that round.
And the crazy thing is that both men believe that it was the wealth of experience behind them in their team that they brought to the fight. They both said, I can mix it up. I've got the punching, the kicking, the knees. We saw every ingredient of an exciting K1 fight here tonight between two veterans, between two guys who had to really dig deep, Malcolm. I mean, it's not like either was able to really flatline or bulldoze the other. I mean, both guys had their moments and were both in the realm of being able to finish the fight decisively, but to be able to come back and forth like that, just a magical moment here in the York Hall.
It was the counts for me, Chris. Sikwa sucked up so much like a sponge, took it, and then fired back, got those two big counts. They're going to be key, but Darren Anstey played his part, especially in that third round, was winning the second as well. That, as you said, was fight of the night by a long, long way.
And we're going to have to see what the judges come up with here. It could be 28-27 for Sikwa, depending on how significant that middle round is. Here's Brett Hollywood.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of fighting, once again, we go to the judges' scorecards. Our judges scored this bout 29-27, 28-27, and 29-28. For your winner by unanimous decision, fighting out of the red corner.
It was the knockdowns, Chris, as simple as that. The two counts made the whole difference, but for me, doesn't detract from what was a marvellous fight.